First of all, on behalf of Ella, and myself, I'd like to wish you all a wonderful Pesach. To you, to us, to all of the Jewish people in Brooklyn, the USA, Israel, and in the rest of the world. So it's really interesting. It's interesting that Moses repeats something three times. The Jewish people are told, we're going to be leaving Egypt. And what does Moses speak about? There's one subject he speaks about three times. And that subject is as follows. It's not, listen, guys, get ready for the road. Listen, guys, make sure to have enough food. Make sure to have enough clothing. Make sure it's going to be a long journey. Here's what you got to do. No. The one subject that Moshe Rabbeinu speaks about three times is in many years in the future, you're going to be in the land of Israel. Your children are going to be around your table, and you're going to recount to them the story of Exodus. And here's what you should be telling your children. So Moses goes three times, repeats this one message. And the question is, why? They didn't even leave Egypt yet. They're still there. They're just packing their bags. They said, well, guys, you're going to get to Israel, and this is what we have to tell your children. You have to tell your children about Yetziat Mitzrayim. We tell our children about Yetziat Mitzrayim on this night. I know many of you are not with your children. You tell your wives, you tell your husband, you speak about it. For those who are alone, you speak about it to yourself. But this is a conversation that you must have. And why does Moses speak about this conversation? And it's a really deep thing. I learned it from my father. I also saw that Rabbi Jonathan Sachs spoke about it as well. And it's as follows. Moses was the greatest political leader in human history, period. And he is such a great leader that he made sure that the Jewish nation will be the eternal nation. Don't believe me? Here we are, thousands of years later, reading the words of Moses and doing exactly what he told us to do. We're going to be discussing tonight, we're going to be discussing Yetziat Mitzrayim. How did he accomplish that? And the answer is as follows. Every nation to exist needs to have an identity. Without an identity, there's no nation. An identity requires a shared memory. So you have a shared memory. We're the nation that identify ourselves as having this memory, zikaron. And in order to have this memory, the pasuk says, "She'alavicha ve'agedcha," speak to your fathers. Zekenecha ve'omnulach, speak to your elders. So the memory happens at home. It is incumbent upon every family, every parent, to speak with their kids and to pass on the memory of years that have gone by in the past. Because this experience of Yetziat Mitzrayim is what makes us the Jewish people. And because this experience is eternal, we as a nation are eternal. And you know, this stands in stark contrast to the Western world. You know that there was these great religious wars in the 16th and 17th century. And after these religious wars, there was a movement in Europe. Let's create a brotherhood of man. Let's give up religion. Let's all become brothers. And they tried it, and there was the Enlightenment movement, but that was replaced in the 19th century with nationalism. Because if you don't have an identity, you don't have anything. So what happened? Nationalism came out. Nationalism led to World War I. Nationalism led to World War II. And from this movement also came the Holocaust. From this movement also came the Soviet Union with the Gulag and the KGB and the repression of people. So when you try to squash identity, it doesn't work. Human beings need an identity. An American needs to know, I'm an American, here's my history, here's who I am. That's part of what it means to be a human being. And I want I told you I don't understand everything. I'm not God's spokesperson. He didn't speak to me about the coronavirus. But I want to tell you one thing. In the book of Genesis, when the human race decided to squash identity, they decided everybody should speak the same language, everybody should have the same culture. There should be a global brotherhood of man, with the center of this brotherhood in the nation of Babylonia. And they built this great city, and they built this huge tower. And the Bible tells us that Hashem was very angry at this. And what happened because of this anger? Everything became evacuated. The city was evacuated. There was no one left in the city. The giant tower that they built was evacuated. There was nobody left there. And I read the story when I was young, and I read it when I was older, and I read it every year. And I always wondered, could it happen again? I said, well, no. I mean, maybe other stuff would happen. Other stuff could happen. But that can never happen, right? Boy, was I wrong. Because every single city in the world with the giant towers and the huge cities completely empty. No one's there. Well, back then it happened because there was this global movement to create a brotherhood of man with shared values and get rid of ethnicities, get rid of identities. God wants us human beings to be people, and to be a person means, who am I? Where do I come from? What makes me special? So tonight is the night of Pesach, and I want you all to remember, it's not just about history. No, it's about the here and now. It's about who we are. We are the nation that understood that slavery is evil, that repression is bad. We are the nation that decided to break free from slavery. And we didn't break free from slavery to go and act in an illicit manner, to act in an immoral manner. We broke free from slavery because we wanted to search out the truth of God, and we found that truth. That truth was in Har Sinai. It was waiting for us, and that truth is here today. And the truth is, God doesn't want the nations to give up who they are. He doesn't want us to give up who we are. So I want you all to be happy. I know some of you are upset. You don't have everybody around you. I don't have everybody around me. I saw my parents this morning in Israel. They were alone. I saw my son Joey. He's in the army base. I saw my daughter Marae. She's somewhere in Jerusalem, which is under a military type curfew. Many of you are alone with your wives, with your children. You'd like more people. Please, I'm the rabbi. Do me a personal favor. I want you all to be happy. It's a mitzvah. Be happy with who you are. Be happy with who we are. We are Am Yisrael, and this alone should give us such tremendous joy. This is just part of a journey. We're on a journey. I don't know where this journey is going to end, but we will find the promised land. And if we find it together, it will all be worth it. Tizku l'shanim rabot.
Remember tonight Hallel and tomorrow night Omer.
Yes, tomorrow night Omer, tomorrow night Moridat Tal. All the best.
Thank you for reminding us.
Of course.
Thank you for